안녕, doobies! I remember the first time my dad taught me how to ride a bike. He tied a little balloon to the back of my bike and told me I'd be able to float like E.T.'s bike. And that first time I was able to balance myself, it felt extraterrestrial. I freaking loved biking. I was biking around everywhere. My world has just suddenly expanded from here to like this. But as I got into my teens, I started biking less and less. And when I turned 18, I got my driver's license and I stopped biking completely. Until I was in China. Okay, so the biking culture in China is absolutely insane. Literally everyone bikes, and they have these communal bikes that you can rent out for like a short amount of time everywhere. And that feeling of being on a bike and you're able to kind of notice little things that would otherwise go unnoticed from inside of a car. So when I returned back, I knew I wanted to bike in Korea, but if we're gonna do it, we gotta go from Seoul to Busan.
To say a word favorite 영화도 favorite 음식도 같아 지금 이 노래도 춤추고 싶잖아 stereo.
Hi everyone, Future Tina jumping in. As a novice biker, I felt a little clueless about what to prepare before this trip, so I'm chiming in now in case you're interested in doing something like this too. First, obviously, is a good bike. Even though the roads are quite nice in Korea, there are some patches where it gets a little rough, so having something too thick and heavy or too thin and wobbly is not ideal. Now, I'm no bike expert, but I would recommend a road bike, definitely something where you're able to change gears because Korea is quite mountainous, and most definitely something with brakes. Usually you can just check your bike in as an extra luggage, but if you don't have one that's suitable, there's a lot of bike rental shops in Seoul, so I'll link a couple in my description. Second is a tire repair kit. At some point, the chances of running into a random rock or a shard of glass on the road are inevitable. So it's good to have something that you can help patch things up until you get to the nearest bike shop. Third is a waterproof travel kit. Everything we owned on day one got soaked, so hindsight is 2020. Get something waterproof and it's worth investing in it, trust me. Fourth, and probably the most important for biking in Korea, is Kakao Map. As you might know, Google Maps doesn't really work in Korea and most people go for Naver Maps, but Kakao Map is the only one with a bike navigation, and you can also see what percentage of the route is a bike-only path, which is incredibly helpful when you're trying to not accidentally end up on a highway. But of course, anything can happen while biking, so having good connection is really important, whether it's checking your route, finding the nearest bike shop, or messaging someone when something does go awry. You really don't want to be offline, which is why you need an eSIM like today's sponsor, Airlo. You already know this by now, but eSIMs have become an absolute ritual for my travels. If you don't know what Airlo is, it's the world's first eSIM store trusted by 30 million travelers, and it gives you access to data in 200 plus destinations around the world. And the best part is, you can set everything up before you even leave, instead of landing in a new country, looking for a SIM card booth, figuring out which plan to get, and then realizing you need a tiny little pin to open your iPhone. You can just download the Airlo app, choose the destination, pick your plan, and activate your eSIM like that. So, if you're planning a trip, whether it's biking across Korea or anywhere else in the world, download Airlo through the link in my description and use code DOOBIE for $3 off your first eSIM. Okay, back to day one. Let's see if I make it. Oh my gosh, there's a storm coming. Today we're aiming to bike 100 kilometers. I genuinely think that Seoul is one of the best places to ride a bike because we have a bike road that connects all the way from Seoul to Busan in one straight direction. And there's really not that many places on earth where there's a designated bike path that connects the entire country. A little bit of an uphill right now. It's also my first time biking with a lot of gear. It's quite heavy. We are officially leaving Seoul into Gyeonggi province, into Hanam city. First of many provinces that we'll be crossing. There's so many underground bunkers as you bike along this path because it was one of the places used during the Korean War for defense. MacArthur Daddy came all the way here. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. Windy and a hill. Double homicide. So close to lunch. Can't freaking wait for cold chicken noodles. Yeah, lunch is over there. Yes. Wow. We're here. This is where we're gonna go eat. I don't know if it was the adrenaline rush or the first day jitters, but the first 30 kilometers went by surprisingly quickly. As soon as we parked our bikes, the rain started dripping from the cloudy sky above, so I felt very fortunate that we somehow timed the rain perfectly with lunch. So I ordered the cold chicken noodles and it's flavored with vinegar, spicy mustard, and dongchimi broth. And dongchimi is fermented cabbage and radish. And it has a really nice sour tang. You can think of it as Korean sauerkraut, except it's a little bit more watery. And you use that broth and the radishes also as a little topping. The way this is served, it's like almost slushy-fied. It's like a 7-Eleven big gulp. I honestly think that riding a bike makes any food at least 3 times more delicious. So refreshing. I feel like this is nature's electrolytes. We also ordered a buckwheat pancake to share. It's filled with tofu and kimchi and wrapped around a thin buckwheat crepe. Really nice crunch coming from the aged kimchi. It's spicy, it's sour, but then you get that creaminess from the tofu. It's perfect. Feels very well deserved. Kevin ordered a warm chicken kalguksu, which is knife-cut noodles. Wow, this is really good. Along here, we're gonna follow the train tracks east way, and we have to bike another 70 kilometers because we booked a hotel in Yeoju, and that's non-refundable. It's gonna rain for another 2 hours. So this is where the Han River diverges, and we call it Tumulmori, or Two Water Head. Oh, you can see the big Paldang Dam over there. This was my first time biking in the rain, so I was definitely feeling pretty nervous. Started raining. But at the same time, it was undoubtedly some of the most beautiful scenery I've ever seen. This area has so many tunnels, which is nice because it's raining. It's nice to take some cover. Oh, 2 doggies! I miss my Julie. This one's for you, doggies. We are now in the city, Yangpyeong, and we're crossing the South Han River. Woo! This bridge kind of looks like the bridge to the River Kwai. This is a little bit corny, but I'm speechless. The train! You know, if you ride the train from Seoul to Busan, it only takes 3.5 hours by the fast magnetic train, but it's gonna take us probably like 10 days. But you know what? More to enjoy. The rain continued on for another 2 hours, and just as I started to wonder if we could actually bike the full 100 kilometers, it finally stopped. It's very nice, but we still have 36 kilometers to go.
I don't know who the fuck to trust. Is she my friend or my foe? I must have exit drove. Yeah, she give me that.
We have 27 kilometers left, and we have our first big incline. With the stuff in the back, it's really heavy. My legs are already tired from biking. 71. I'm gonna fart. I'm a YouTuber, I can do this. We're here. Thank God. Now is the bliss of every uphill. There is downhill. Slippery with the rain today. A sweet taste of downhill. Was it worth it? Absolutely not. Kevin's gear is busted. After biking for some time, we ran into another cyclist who was going from Seoul to Daejeon. Wait, what's your name? Thomas. Thomas, nice to meet you. I'm Tina, and this is Kevin. We have a little friend that joined us from France. We ended up biking together and chatting. So Thomas's story was really interesting. He's half Korean and his mother was adopted to France when she was 5 years old. She grew up in Daejeon, so he wanted to cycle over to see where she grew up. Did you eat dinner? Not yet? Let me try and find somewhere. Are you hungry? Are you hungry or no? We're here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
The name is Cheonseori.
Makguksu, yes. Cheonseori is it's like the town. And then makguksu is the dish that we'll be eating.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how to read Korean.
bit.
Oh, better than him. After biking in the rain, we felt well deserved for a sip of cold makgeolli, aka unfiltered rice wine. How old are you?
30.
30?
And you? 34, so...
Braised pork, and then the yellow thing that you see on the side, it's because we braise it in doenjang, like in fermented soybean paste, so it gets a yellow color. And then this one is fermented shrimp, and then you eat this together.
Wow.
Wow, looks so good. So this is the sarsin noodles, the buckwheat noodle, and then egg, green pear, cucumber, and then this seaweed, and then sesame and a little bit of meat. It's very traditional because these strong strands are long. We cut it. This dish is called makguksu, and it's the dish that really represents this area. All of us ate like there was no tomorrow, and we said goodbye to Thomas at his campsite and had 20 kilometers left to go for day 1 of our journey. We have an issue with our flashlight. Kevin's flashlight won't keep turning on and off because I think it got water in. So we're just changing the light on mine, except it looks like a nightclub. This is a bike bridge. How crazy is that? No cars.
This looks like the Witch King's castle.
We have arrived at our hotel. It is currently 10 p.m. sharp. We've biked for 10 hours today. Oh, 100 kilometers. We're gonna check in and I'll see you in a second. This is our room for the night, and it's an ondol suite, meaning we're gonna sleep on the floor. And that's it. I'm gonna go raid the convenience store. It's like a knockoff GS25, and they called it Blue 25. Kevin's favorite. Barbecue pusho, and 1 post-stick. 1 Haribo Worms, 1 non-alcoholic beer for me. That's weird. No more Pringles. Oh god. Look at this. My feet look like somebody who was in World War I trenches when I took my socks off. I've never been in World War I, but... Morning. It's currently 11. We slept in because we were so tired from yesterday. For breakfast, we're gonna get some hangover soup, which is like the thing to get if you're down in the countryside. And I feel like it's gonna be good for us to replenish our exhausted souls with some extra minerals and stuff. I'm so thankful that the weather is gonna be really nice today because we're gonna go through some of the most beautiful parts of Seoul. Yesterday was also very beautiful, but unfortunately it rained, but I think it was a good experience and I'm glad that kind of got that over with. We're here. Oh wow, it looks like something out of Twin Peaks. Over there, where all the construction workers are coming out. That's a good sign, it's a good place. They're the real gourmets. Oh, let's sit over there, that's nice. You rarely get to see places like this in Seoul that serve like fresh blood pudding on the side, and I am stoked right now. So here we have some thinly sliced leeks, coagulated beef blood. We have some pickled fermented radish, fresh kimchi called jeollyeori, like it's more closer to a salad, but definitely with a lot of fish sauce and dressing. Cucumber, peppers, as we like to say, because they're less spicy, but they don't actually taste like cucumbers, or else I wouldn't eat them. We have some homemade doenjang and spicy Korean green chili, along with a little paste made with gochugaru and fish sauce. And here we have some like dipping sauces for the offals that are gonna come out. 네, 감사합니다. God damn. And this is how haejangguk should be served. Piping hot and still bubbling. That's how you want it, because usually people would have this in the morning after their hangover and you just want something scalding. So this one is ugoji, and ugoji is the outer layer of the kimchi, and it usually gets too stringy and too chewy because it's very fibrous. So you want to stew it long and slow, kind of like collard greens. We have some bean sprouts, some of the same sliced leeks, and then underneath it's more of the coagulated blood. This is the blood pudding, and then all the offals inside. So this is all like stomach lining, and you make a broth out of these. Kind of like a poor person's food, but it's my favorite food because it's spicy, it's super nourishing, it's filling, and it's cheap. Like broth looks insanely good. Ooh, salty, and it's gonna keep me full throughout the day. Look at the texture on this. Insane. So delicious. It's not overcooked, so it's really creamy and silky. It tastes like tofu, but with a little bit more like a minerally taste, but it's really, really nice. It's actually hard to not overcook this, so it's really impressive. The jeollyeori slaps. Literally so good, so saucy. You literally find the best Korean food outside of Seoul. Cream bowl crud. Wait, I almost forgot I bought this. I packed it and I didn't put it on yesterday. But maybe it's good because it rained a lot, so it would have been like gray. Slay! Look at Kevin's. Viva la Denmark.
Dynamite.
Today we're aiming for 86. Yesterday, biking in the dark in the rain was definitely tough. We didn't book anything for tonight, so we have a little bit more flexibility in terms of where we can go, so that's nice. You can see on that side, it's how the old ships back in the day used to look. And then on the other side, along the river, you can see a lot of campsites that are operated by the government, and it's really nice because you have hot water and stuff. This time we didn't bring tents because we need to prioritize bringing camera gear and our laptops, but maybe next time, maybe. Okay, there's a area here where you have to get off your bike and then just wheel it down because it's, geez, off to a rough start. Wow, it's so beautiful though. There's the big dam for our hydraulics again. Wow, how beautiful is this? It's so pretty. It looks like south of France. Look how fresh the water looks. To be honest, I realized on this trip, I have not seen the proper side of Korea. I never knew Korea had such beautiful nature. I mean, look at the rock formations here. And the mountain on one side. All the wildflowers are also popping up in this season. Oh, there's a little boat thing. Like an old historical Korean boat. Wow. I think this is the most beautiful area actually. So this is where all the grains were stored in Joseon Dynasty. So a lot of trade was apparently happening here with the boats because it was a meeting point and you can see the two rivers converging. So this was a big trading ground, and you can see this is what the old boats used to look like, and old historical painting of the little village and the trade. Kevin is overly excited because he's from Denmark, land of island people. How old are you?
22.
I don't know why this shot is giving very highway speed chase vibes, but it was some of my favorite scenery from the entire trip because there was literally nobody. The wind was quite brutal, so we needed a midday caffeine boost to power through the rest of the day. Wow, not a bad view. Chungju Dam, some cake and coffee and a hairy legs.
That's me.
Wow, look at this. This was worth it.
Much needed today.
Much needed. I need some sugar and caffeine. We're gonna use this sugar and caffeine to get to Chungju City for dinner. I'm trying to decide between Korean barbecue or fried chicken right now. We shall see. Ooh. This came out of nowhere. Oh, it's embarrassing. This area has some really good Hanwoo beef that you can buy for a cheap price. So dinner's gonna be some beef, baby! Wait, this place is massive and it's in the middle of nowhere and it's packed. It's like a 200 plus cover. So the way this works here is you choose the meat. So this is a big co-op. So you get a really wide array of fresh beef and you pick and choose whichever cuts you want. I think we should definitely get some 등심. Let's get riblets and then tenderloin. This is our cuts for the day. And compared to what you would buy at a restaurant, it is so much cheaper. They have a self bar of shike. I know it's usually for dessert, but right now I'm gonna get all the sugar that I need. This is one of the most traditional drinks in Korea, and rarely in Seoul would you ever see this for free. And this is like fermented rice bran, and you use the barley bran to sweeten it. Think of it almost as like rice malt. Cheers. And then you get a self bar of whatever vegetables and sides that you want to eat. We have our beautiful ribeye. Steak night. Oh, I love riblets. I love the name riblet too, because it sounds like piglet, but it's actually beef. Whoa! Meat eat mate! It's Parents' Day today, so everyone is out eating the Hanwoo with like cakes and carnation flowers with their parents, and it is so cute. We have 28 kilometers in the dark until our next destination. This is the only other available hotel because everyone is vacationing because it's the long weekend. It's 8:13 and it's gonna take 2 hours in darkness through the mountain. It's gonna be a rough 2 hours of riding in the dark. We are kind of rushing because it's gonna rain next week, and right now it's like bearable, so rather cover a lot of distance when the weather is nice.
Okay, this is not really what you want to encounter when you're biking at 10 o'clock in the night in pitch black. Scary.
Not gonna lie, I kept saying it's not too bad, it's beautiful. But this was fucking raw. Going up and down on a mountain with no lights. I'm gonna start earlier tomorrow. Never again. Wake up earlier, Tina, please, for the love of God. But we've entered the Hot Valley Springs and a lot of hotels and motels and inns in this area and signs of life. What the fuck, bro? I walked in thinking we're really special going from Seoul to Busan, and then I see 100 bikes, all with Seoul to Sapporo on it. Wait, it says Journey to the East. But no gear though. Nobody's carrying their own shit. Y'all are fake. I know I said no junk food, but I think after this we deserve it. Notice how I got the basket. You're coming home with me tonight. I feel gaunt today. I ate so much though. Just get it and then just have it for tomorrow.
I'm actually trying to drop some weight, so...
Good morning. I'm trying out the Suanbo onsen water before we hit the road. It's a tiny bit sulfurous, but it's really nice. Okay, first stop is gonna be a coffee house. As you can probably tell, I'm not in the bestest mood today because last night I didn't realize this when I was biking, but I got bitten to bits and pieces, scratching all night and I got no sleep. Even though onsen this morning couldn't cheer me up. But to give you a little bit more information on the onsen that we went to this morning. So this area is where our most famous King Sejong was bathing often because he had skin disease, and a lot of the kings back in the day had syphilis and just rashes and stuff, so they would come here because they believed that the water was medicinal. Give me a uphill first thing in the morning before coffee is illegal. Today we're gonna cross through Mungyong and stay in between the city of Gumi and Mungyong, halfway point in a small city called Sangju. There's not that many places to stay in between because to Mungyong is only like 35, but then we need to cover at least like 70 to 80 in order to get to Busan in a week. We're again pushing 80 today. On the bright side, coffee's on our right and it's a downhill. Wait, they're so cute. My liquid courage. After siphoning the coffee, we headed out for our ride. Since I wasn't used to biking such long distances, I was really feeling sore and fatigued because I didn't sleep well at all the night before. I thought the bites were mosquitoes, but my legs only really started to itch after I started sleeping, and I couldn't figure out what it was, whether it was my skin just overreacting to the long distances or tick bites potentially from the mountain ride. Which was kind of unfortunate because today was the day with the most elevation. Oh my god, my thighs are about to bust. Doing this on an empty stomach was a bit insane for sure. But you know what? I got the power of the most bitter coffee I've ever had in my life, so all good. Hey! Fighting! You know what? When you're going uphill, that's the last thing you want to hear. Whoa! Now I can see the true beauty. Even though I was feeling pretty grumpy in this area, it had some really crazy cool hidden heritage sites. And for me, I knew it was time for a good meal because there's nothing like it to turn my day around. So turns out that wasn't the notorious hill that I thought it was. It was just a small one, like a little appetizer. But I need a little bit of fuel before we climb up the big mountain, so we're gonna go grab a quick bite. Silken tofu in this little village called Yangpyeong. Wow, you can see the mountains in the back. Okay, we're here. This was one of the best hidden gems we found on this trip. It was run by a group of Haimonis who were making everything from scratch. Outside, the son was in charge of making fresh tofu, while inside, the grandma was kneading the dumpling dough and wrapping each dumpling on the spot whenever an order came in. And even though it was tucked away in this tiny little village, word had clearly gotten out because the place was packed with locals from nearby towns. 안녕하세요. 아, 만두 빚고 계시는구나. Wow, they're making all the mandu and everything, and the tofu in-house. She's laminating the dough for the mandu. What she's essentially doing is reinforcing the gluten so that you get layers and layers and layers, so it gets really nice and chewy. And it gets a little bit of that characteristic yellow sheen from putting it in boiling water so that the gluten gets activated, like the starch gels, so it gets really extra chewy. And also a little bit of bran from the flour. So it's a little bit of wholemeal and also white AP flour. 네, 감사합니다. So this is the sauce for the sundubu, garlic chives, and then this is olgari, which is just a type of leafy veg. Bean leaves that are dehydrated and dressed, some meatballs, anchovies, and then this is perilla namu. And the creme de la creme here is, you know how Italians make ricotta? For Koreans, it's sundubu. So this is soft silken tofu, and before it gets pressed into the mold and to tofu, this is what it looks like. And this is a specialty that you can only get at places that make tofu because it goes bad really fast because of all the whey. I'm gonna taste it just as is first. Wow, it's like cheese. It's so nutty, it's so good. Wow, this is fantastic. And then you want to put this sauce mixture in. This to flavor it. Incredible, like incredible. This is giving me a little bit more strength to climb up Ihwaryong mountain. Wow. We obviously had to order the mandu that she was making behind us. So this one is kimchi mandu. Tofu, vermicelli noodle, and a lot of vegetables and black pepper. Amazing. Wow, the wrapper is so tasty. That was a fantastic meal. We are about to go on a super rough patch of a hill, and Kevin's checking out a temple nearby. They're doing regional elections, so all the representatives are going around the town and saying hello. We need to say hi. Korea's most famous painter is from here, so a lot of the places are named after him. Kim Hong-do. There's two main painters, Kim Hong-do and Lee Jung-sop, and Kim Hong-do is Korea's Impressionism. So one of his most famous paintings are ones of ladies that are washing laundry in the stream, and also a man directing farmers to work. It's very whimsical. Whimsical aside, we are ready for our steep ascent. I'll see you on the other side. When most people talk about doing this trek, the part they fear the most is the mountain ridge called Ihwaryong. It's an uphill stretch that goes for about 4 kilometers, and while it's not insanely steep, doing it under the scorching heat with all the weight on the back of your bike is pretty damn tough. We're here. Oh my god. We're fucking here. Oh my god. Oh, I think I'm gonna cry. Wow, the view is beautiful, but I think my heart is gonna lost. Surprisingly, there were so many non-Korean tourists on the trail, especially Aussies biking from Seoul to Busan. And at the top of the mountain, there was a stamp booth where you could stamp your bike passport as a souvenir. There was also a map showing all the bike roads that connect Korea, so we could see exactly how far we'd come and how much further we still had to go. After some Gatorade and unsuccessful attempts of getting the drone to take some cinematic shots, we got back on our bikes and headed for the descent. Whoever decided blue should be a flavor deserves a Nobel Prize. This is where the start of the Paektu Mountain connecting all the way to North Korea starts, I think. Okay, down the tunnel and down the mountain we go. Easy peasy. This is so cute. People are taking a little foot bath after walking in Mungyong. It's a really big thing in Korea to walk bare feet because we think that it's really good for your blood circulation, and then taking a foot bath after. Right here, this is Nakdonggang, which is depicted in Kim Hong-do, Korea's most famous painter, where the women are washing their clothes, and it was one of the most important trade routes that connected all of Korea, because Korea is very mountainous, so it takes a long time to travel up the mountain. So this river was what really connects the south to the north. Right now it's dry season, so it looks a little bit pathetic. We're seeing a lot of bikers now. So we started a little earlier today, so we're gonna have dinner at 5 o'clock, meaning we'll still be able to bike kind of in golden hour because the sun is setting at like 8. We still have like an hour and a half to go. But it said that one of the dishes that best represents Mungyong is this beef and mushroom jjigae. So hopefully there's spots. It does seem that everyone is out today because the weather is so nice. This place has a lot of great eateries. The iconic bite of Mungyong is a pork and mushroom stew called jjigae. And when we walked into the restaurant, we ended up meeting another group of fellow bikers. Nathan and Dave right here, who's from Canada, father and son.
Biking from Seoul also to
very
Busan.
cute.
We start at like 11 every day and then we finish at 10. So
Yeah.
Is he a princess?
that is for sure. He's the only child also.
So we're having jjigae. Back in the days around here, there was a big mining town. For a lot of the miners that were working, they believed that the fat from the pork would get rid of some of the impurities of their lungs. So they were eating this often. So pork fat and mushroom together. So this was one of the most defining dishes of Mungyong. Korean way to cheers is 짠. 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 So this is like the tops of garlic and then just in crushed sesame seed. We have shishito pepper braised in soy sauce and gochugaru. This is peanuts, sweet glaze with pumpkin seeds. Zucchini, namur with salted shrimp. Salsafi, like a root plant dressed in sweet and sour. And this is fish cakes dressed in chili oil. Oh, this is good. You would think that this tastes like kimchi jjigae, but it's actually not. Very different. After a great meal with our friends from Canada, we were back on the road for a quick 25, and we are home for the night. Soon, it got really dark with not a single lamppost in sight. We thought we were being smart by taking a route that looked much faster on Kakao Map, but we didn't realize we accidentally signed ourselves up for the most brutal climb of the entire day.
Steep incline, yeah.
We walk here.
Oh, 18%. That was exciting, huh?
We vowed to never disobey the map gods again, and after what felt like forever, we finally arrived at our place for the night. Climbed a whole ass mountain in the middle of the night. Too many mountains. I think today was the most intense, by far. It's gonna be a smooth ride to Busan from now on, hopefully. Good night. I'm sad that there's no CU to raid right now. Good morning from Sangju City. Today is kind of our rest day because we've been pushing pretty intense for the last few days. So we're doing a quick 45 to Gumi City before we head to Daegu. Not gonna lie, I'm having a little bit of a folliculitis crisis on my leg. So I have all these bumps everywhere, which is why I didn't sleep well the day before and also today. And these are old traditional style Korean graves. Not a bad place to be buried, overlooking the Nakdong River. Whoa, this is so cozy. So the way this works, you have to get a place first, but it's like a old school Korean rest stops used to look like. It's a Sunday with Parents' Day weekend, so it is incredibly busy at this place. This place is called Sangju Jumak, and Jumak is kind of like an old school B&B. You see on the outside, like, people are having the, fold out tables and eating hajeon and makgeolli and bites to fuel them to get over the mountain. Or if you're traveling by the river with your goods, this is like a rest stop saying you're halfway there.
Get some good food, relax, and then we move on.
Exactly. I'm very excited for the food. While we're waiting for our food, I got us some iced coffee. It's also very common. I got the iced hazelnut flavor. But what is iced Americano without ice? Wonderful. Kevin got the iced macchiato.
Damn, it's sweet. I love it.
Wait, this looks incredible. Okay, we ordered a bibimbap, a Hanwoo. This is like one of the classics that you can order at Jumak's, especially with makgeolli, which is fermented rice wine. It's still early in the morning for us and we did not get enough food last night, so we went with the non-alcoholic version, which is shike. It's also fermented rice drink, but it's more sweet. And this is tteokgalbi. It's Korean beef patty pancakes glazed in brown sugar and soy sauce. And some banchan. This looks amazing. I can't wait to eat. Dip it in the sauce. My body has been craving something oily, crispy, and fatty. Checks all the right boxes. It's the outer rim that's the crispiest. A view of the Nakdong River. A sip of shike. Life can't get any better than this. We also ordered a bibimbap. It has woodier mushroom, some eggplant, eggs, thinly prepped, zucchini, bean sprouts, radish. Wow, this looks so good. I'm gonna add some of the beef patty that we have and mix it in also. With bibimbap, it's kind of like a potluck. The more the merrier. My folliculitis might have kept me up all night, but this is making me feel alive again. Oh, there's a little festival going on in Sangju City. Whoa, look at this. I'm just gonna bike by because we just ate. There's all these food trucks selling like Korean fast food, some hot dogs. And then people are eating at the tents. People are just enjoying the nice weather. Sangju City is so quaint and cute. Today's topography is like entirely different. I feel like I'm mountain biking. Ooh, it's heavy with the weight in the back. I got junk in the trunk. Ah, I'm gonna take a quick pit stop here at this beautiful pagoda. Ah. Oh, it's hot today. I know I said today was gonna be a rest day, but today ended up being like the most exhausting day. I think I'm out of energy and the wind has not been in our favor, so I'm going at like max 13 kilometers an hour because my legs hurt, my arms hurt, my butt's hurt, tired, dehydrated. There's not a single convenience store out there. The view is beautiful, but I am exhausted. I think we're definitely due for a proper rest day where we don't bike for a day. We're gonna decide whether we're gonna do that in Gumi, which is where we're staying tonight, or we push on another 80 to Daegu, which is a bigger metropole, but we'll decide that tonight. But wow, I am just, all battery in me has been depleted. I'll see you when we arrive to the place we're staying tonight. We're staying in this cute little village tonight. A lot of old school houses are preserved here for sure. Wow, this is where we're staying. Cheers, we made it. Mine was melon flavored rice cake. Right now we're way too dead. And my dad actually came and drove here to get some provisions because it's a Sunday and my flea bites have been really bad for some reason. I don't know if it's flea bites or bed bugs, but it's been really itchy, so we're gonna have dinner with him in the beautiful city of Gumi. Oh wow, this one's really good. Yakgwa, cream cheese, and chestnut. Yogurt and persimmon. Today my arms, butt, legs, both in terms of skin barrier and inside muscle, my soul, and my determination all got crushed. This place was built in 1733, and this is where the lords, the Yangbans, stayed. This place is pretty much in the route to go to Seoul, so it served as a place where a lot of the fancier merchants would stay and take a rest before leaving, but it hasn't been operating for a long time, but they renovated it and I have this beautiful place and it's an Airbnb now, where now bikers can take a rest in their journey. Bikers like me. For dinner, we headed over to Gumi City for some tripe stew. Look at the inside of this place, it's flopping. Wow. Proper stock that they're using, because you know this, because it's like almost like jello. You can either have it when it's hot, like as kind of like a bibimbap style, or you can do a fried rice. Okay, it says actually on the instructions over there. So once it starts boiling, you cut the vegetables and the tripe and then add the kimchi in. You boil it on high heat for 15 minutes, and once the broth simmers down, you add extra broth and then additional 5 minutes at medium heat. Wow, look how like gelatinous this is. It's emulsified really, really well with the collagen and the fat. And then for this tripe, the longer you simmer it for, the softer it becomes and the sauce becomes much thicker. And with the remainder of the sauce, you put sesame oil, seaweed flakes, and rice and eat deliciously. Their words, not mine. Also, look at the spoon. Really nice texture from the offals and the intestine. It's quite spicy coming from the kimchi. And the sweetness from the pig broth is really, really nice. It has like that really nice buttery, lardy taste. An intense day of biking against the wind. I really wanted something high calorie. So this is really, really perfect. cream bowl crab. Gumi Trevi.
If I go to Trevi Fontaine, and you can get it here.
Gumi.
Gumi.
I have two stomachs, one for food and one for dessert, so we got a bingsu and slept like a baby. 감사합니다, 사장님. 잘 지냈습니다. 엄청 잘 잤어요. Day 4. Wonderful stay. I actually slept like a baby. Also, with all the provisions that my dad gave me, I finally got some ointment. I'm not sure if it's folliculitis or flea bites or bedbug bites, but I am feeling refreshed and the world looks like a much more beautiful place. This morning, we're gonna get some breakfast at a very famous Seomun Gukbap place that is making it in a gigantic cauldron called Gamasot. And Somori just translates to a cow's head. So we're gonna fill up before we hit the road. Today, our final destination is Daegu. And then in Daegu, I think we'll finally get a rest day to rest our legs before we have the big push to Busan. Today I'm wearing biking pants and biking gear because I'm rejuvenated again and I'm not itchy no more. To meet and beyond! Them brewing it right now. You can smell the bone broth from all the way. Okay, this is gonna be where we fuel up before the big leap to Daegu.
파라시야.
Wow. Wow, big chunks of beef, gigantic pieces of leeks that are also braised to get out some natural sweetness. Kongnamur, which is bean sprouts for that clarity in the soup and umami, is nice and spicy also, and a lot of garlic. It's like a top 3 soup for me, and I eat a lot of good soup, but this is flavors that you can't find in Seoul. And it's really like power by numbers. The more you simmer in a big gigantic cauldron, the more flavors are gonna come out. And I don't know what it is about stewing in a gamasot with actual real fire that makes food even tastier. Like, it's different from gas. It's, I think, better for emulsifier. It's braised to perfection. So good. Insane. 왜 그래. 있어. We're gonna get a cold water. Oh yeah. An oasis in the desert. Ooh la la. I'm gonna go for the Korean Red Bull flavored one. A little Pocari Sweat. 감사합니다. 네, 좋은 하루 보내세요. I bought a little more than just water. We were still pretty tired this day, so we mostly ate and drank in silence. But there was this American biker nearby who clearly did not realize I was with Kevin or that I could understand English. So he said to his friend in a weirdly negative tone, "What's up with the Korean flag?" And it only clocked to me later that maybe from an American perspective, seeing a flag on a bike might feel political or nationalistic. But in Korea, when you see someone biking with this flag, it usually means they're doing the cross-country bike trail. So that was a new cultural revelation for me. Anyways, today was another beautiful day. The path to Daegu followed the river, and for a lot of it, it was biking on these wooden decks right above the water. We are now seeing Daegu in the horizon, and as a born and bred city gal, I am getting freaking pumped. I've had enough of the countryside right now, covered in tick bites. It's been beautiful, but baby girl, I'm for the city and will always be for the city. It's along the Nakdong River with the rock formations on one, with really, really greenery. We got our first flatch right before Daegu. Which one?
Front, look.
Oh! It's not a bike trip without a flat. So we decided to take a cab into the city with the wheel, and while we were there, I stopped by the dermatologist to figure out what my mysterious itch was. Quick dermatology. They had to test what I was allergic to. The verdict is in. It was bed bugs. I got meds. I guess it's good because like we're gonna take a rest day anyways tomorrow, and it's gonna be raining all day, so we're gonna spend a day in Daegu, and tonight we're gonna eat some makguksu. This place is used to be an old mechanic shop, and then they renovated into a makguksu place. Makguksu is the end intestine of a pig, and in Korea, makguksu is basically synonymous with Daegu. It became famous here because Daegu has always had a strong livestock and meat culture, which meant intestines were much cheaper than regular cuts of meat. So makguksu became the perfect local drinking food. It was actually my first time trying it, and I thought it was gonna be too chewy and gamey, but surprisingly, it was really good and almost buttery. And I don't know what it is about biking, but it makes my appetite go up by 200%. And after we were done with first dinner, we got second dinner by getting some kebab, and for me, a box kebab. Bruh.
Like, that's really like, where have you been all my life? Every time I taste Dr. Pepper.
Rainbow Pro. We're doing a little bit of laundry this morning, and also we need to hand in Kevin's wheel. 감사합니다. After getting our laundry in order and bike wheel repaired, we hopped on a taxi to enjoy our full rest day eating in Daegu. You're saying that for a lot of the drivers on the street, Kongguk was the thing that they would eat as a late night snack. Very, very similar to doujiang, like Chinese soybean and youtiao, but instead these are much more denser. So this one is the glutinous rice one. But what's crazy is that like you can't find this food anywhere else other than Daegu. It's like a deep fried rice cake. Actually really good. I don't understand why this hasn't spread to the rest of Korea and it's only like a regional Daegu thing. You get the really nice nuttiness. It's a little salty also. Soybean milk is freshly squeezed. You can taste it. But the donut here, it's chewy, it's crispy, and the mixture of that, and it's slightly sweet also, it works really, really well with the soybean milk. I like it a lot. Wow.
So good.
One of the best, I think. But it's a good blend of sweetness and saltiness. If we had a car, I would have brought some back home. A very classic combo sold at these places is toast. So this is 길거리 toast. So you have the layer of white bread, cabbage, cheese, egg, and then deli ham. Standard 길거리 toast that you would find like everywhere in Korea. But the combination is great. I can see why this was a really popular late night snack for a lot of people who are working at night. Wow. Korean style katsu, thin, heavy batter, and a lot of sauce. More batter and panko than there is meat, and that's exactly how I want it because this is just a carrier for sauce. When I was younger, in front of schools, they used to sell katsu on a stick. They called it Pikachu. It's like really thin meat, or God knows what kind of meat it is, and then it gets breaded and then dipped in sauce. And this is like exactly kind of like what it reminds me of, just like a slightly more adult version. Bomb. We ordered one more. The one with glutinous rice and flour dough sticks. The thing about biking though is that I just have no remorse for eating this much. I think by the end of this trip, I would have gained more weight than I have lost it, but I think that's okay. It's gains.
No pain, no gain.
I think the reason why this soy milk is so good is because they add peanuts and also roasted soybean powder and season it with a little bit of sugar and salt. So like the layers of the different like roasted soybean that adds like the really nice nuttiness and also the peanuts, and you have like the more freshness coming from the soybean milk is like really, really freaking good. Probably my favorite soy milk I've ever tried in my life. We've arrived at Seomun Market. It's like one of the biggest markets in Korea, actually. I had a really great conversation with the taxi drivers. All the taxi drivers here are very, very interested in the fact that we're biking all the way from Seoul to Busan. They all dream a little bit. Our guy was actually like a massive foodie, so he gave us really good pointers on what to eat in some of the smaller cities because he goes there pretty often. Perfect day for us to have a rest day because it is raining a lot. Now we're starting to see a lot of great seafood because we're close to Busan. We're at the food street. 꽈배기. I love a good twisted donut. So much to eat in this town. We haven't had a good carrot juice ever since Jeju. Pure sugar, and I love it. There's a little like hint of bitterness at the end after sweetness. Delicious. $5 down the drain, just like that. Okay, this is
Wow.
a proper hot dog place. I'm gonna get one, yeah?
I get at least 2.
At least two? At least 네, 감사합니다.
드세요.
와. Wow. Holy smokes. This is the best hot dog I've tried in my life. It's small, but it's jam-packed with sunflower seeds, brown sugar. You get a really nice caramelization of the sugar on the outside as well, which is why it's like very browned and crispy. And it puffs up. And it's not too big. And the brown sugar inside like gently oozes out, which is why you see these like glistening marks outside. It's so good. This is what I call a dollar's worth of happiness. Open since 1972. My mom's birth year. We're at Haepyeong Mandu and we ordered a bibim gun mandu. Bibim is like to mix, but then it has like a assorted vegetable, cabbage, carrots, some sprouted beans, and it's on the side. And then you're supposed to have it with the pan-fried dumpling. And then the pan-fried dumpling here is like really almost like deep fried. I like that these are kind of like all attached to each other. And this is a super old school joint. They've been open since a long time. So you have this bibim mixture. You eat it with the mandu like this. And again, this is a very much a Daegu thing. No tofu, just meat. Very different from up north. A lot of green onion, pork, black pepper, ginger, bean sprout. Surprisingly not very dense. It tastes like a really good meatball with a lot of green onion flavor. But with the mixture of the crunchy wrapper and the juicy meat, and you have the bibim vegetables on top, it's like sweet and sour and spicy. And it also adds like another dimension of crunch. Beats most mandus out there in Seoul. I wasn't really hungry before coming here because we ate so much food before, but actually this got my appetite back up. Are we surprised? No. We also ordered a haemul ramen, egg, crab, some shellfish, and some shrimp. To put expensive seafood with ramen, I like it. So good. Adding seafood to your ramen packet just adds a whole another dimension of flavor that's just unbeatable. It's like perfectly engineered product, and you add like the seafood element to it, but it feels very befitting because it means that we're getting closer and closer to Busan. Approved. It's like junk foodie and I love it. This is like Korean deli fast food at its peak form. Crepe that's like really famous here in Dongseong Road. So Dongseong Road has a lot of students and a lot of just young people activities. At the heart of it is the crepe store. We ordered the Nutella banana strawberry crepe with extra cream. The crepe is really nice and crispy. Crisp up a little more than like usually how crepes are, and I like that a lot. It's like crispy. Crispy outside and soft inside from the fruit juices. It's like we came for fried chicken because we're gonna be burning it off in the next 2 days. Hopefully our intake is lower than our expense, but we don't know. We'll find out at the end of this trip. That was the end of our blissful rest day in Daegu. I'm gonna sleep and I'll see you tomorrow where we left things off. I was at our end destination today and he was like, shit me, it's a long way. Have a fun trip. Ooh, today's gonna be a hot day. Today our end destination is Namji in Changyeong in Gyeongsang-Namdo province. We have around 88 kilometers to ride, so it's gonna be a busy day. Goodbye, Daegu. You were delicious. Oh my god, I'm probably gonna sound neurotic because I've been so negative for the past few days because of my bedbug bites, and I regretted coming on this bike trip, but today I am feeling so grateful and so lucky that I'm able to do this trip with 2 good legs. My health is in good condition. To be able to do it with Kevin and to see this beautiful scenery and see parts of Korea that I didn't know about. I've grown an extra layer of appreciation and understanding for Korea, and definitely a day of intense eating and resting was good for my soul and body. We just finished our 37k mark and we have 46 left to go. We're gonna try and find lunch along the way, so I'll see you then. We spotted a little Korean buffet that's open till 3 right by the bike road, so that's where we're gonna do lunch. I am hungry and I can definitely eat, so a Korean buffet sounds right up my alley. 안녕하세요. 식사 될까요? 네, 감사합니다. 안녕. Just a happy dog, not much of a guard dog. These kinds of cantina style eateries are quite popular in this area because it's a big construction town. So you get a choice of 3. This is 찰밥, which is like a sticky rice, barley rice, and white rice. I think I'm gonna go for sticky mixed grain rice. Wow, that rice looks fantastic. And then some banchans, some minari, bean sprouts, some radish, and my favorite, some seaweed. Wow. Okay, this side is pickles. A little bit of origami kimchi. Ooh, joeun kimchi with pork. A little bit of vegetable curry also. A little bit of cheokbokbum. I'm gonna mix it all. Looks so good. Oh my freaking god. Soybean paste, sesame oil, and some homegrown veggies. And this is gonna be my meal. I'm gonna have some soup. I'm so excited for this. All this for like $5 USD. Wow, this looks so good. 감사합니다. 잘 먹겠습니다. Carrots look so good. 와,
잘 먹겠습니다.
잘 먹겠습니다. He said, you can take some pictures of us working hard.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The veggies were so tasty. Wow. As always, a clean bowl cruise. 맛있게 먹겠습니다. 감사합니다. 여기는 쌍용 뷔페입니다. 맛있게 먹어주세요. 감사합니다. 잘 먹고 갑니다. 네. Like, I think the key to staying healthy and happy is first and foremost like a great community. You have nature, you have the water, and you're growing your own produce. That's how I want to be when I'm older. So the reason why they were prepping so many cucumbers and carrots was because they're going on a trip tomorrow. Like the whole community is going together and she's prepping all the snacks on the way, some carrots and cucumbers. And you know, they're like smiling and laughing as they're working, and they're just genuinely enjoying what they do. They're farming most of the things themselves, making their own ferments because they have the space and time. That's why so many of these communities outside the bigger cities are living so long in Korea. And I think that's like the whole point about living long and staying happy and healthy is that community, good food, and managing stress. Wow, little river on the side. Hi. How are you doing?
Thanks.
We just ate.
I should eat.
Yes, you too. I'm way too full to do this mountain right now. I can feel the doenjangguk sloshing right now. Today is by far my absolute favorite ride so far. Also, the food was incredible. Wow, this looks like snow. Look at this. It looks like somebody had a pillow fight. Baby. The sun was starting to set, but before we could reach our campsite for the night, we had one last big uphill climb. On this hill, it's kind of like a rite of passage to write your name if you've done the whole bike path. I'm gonna try and do mine a little bit more on the top.
Beast from the east. Beast from the east.
This mountain is in an area called Naksa, which also means scribble or graffiti in Korean. So the tradition here is that if you manage to bike all the way from Seoul to Busan or Busan to Seoul, you etch your name on the side of the road. Low-key, this was pretty difficult, so I made Kevin do it, and this is our signature. If you end up doing this, send a picture to me on Instagram. But this was really the point where I felt like the end was near, and I had bittersweet feelings about it. Can't believe tonight's gonna be the last night. Tonight we booked a glamping site and there's no food really in the area, so we're gonna do a barbecue session. See ya!
그 야채랑 식기 더 필요하신 거 있거든요.
네.
냄비 더 필요하신 분도 있긴 한데 또 다른 냄비가 종류별로 다 있어요.
네. This is what it looks like inside. Cute. This is my first time glamping. I've gone camping, but never glamping.
This is great. Like this television also.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's like electricity and everything, and this is nice. I could live like this.
Yeah, me too.
Let's eat the park. I'm actually almost getting sentimental that it's our last night. Almost. Like, this was tough. My first bed bug experience. And also, like, I've never biked more than 100K in my life. But I've gotten a confidence that I can do it. Because all my life I thought I was a prima donna. But you know what? Turns out I'm actually a beast from the east.
I am the master of fire, water, earth, and wind.
We ended the night with some s'mores, and I'll see you again tomorrow for our final day. Last day, baby! Today's gonna be our really big stretch. We have over 100 kilometers to Busan. We have a couple mountains, a tunnel to go through, but we're gonna push until the end.
높아.
높아, 너무 높아요? Rough start. Big festival, huh? A lot of local tourists coming to see the flowers bloom. I think it's Cosmos, which is what we give for parents, which was last weekend for Parents' Day. Cute. A lot of food, but we have 102 more to go. The camping site owner, wife, baked us some fresh egg tarts to bring. Thank you. Wow. In terms of the path, today's definitely like the roughest one. I mean, in no means is it bad, but it's just a little bit rougher. We see our first en route to Busan on the sign. Close, but a long freaking way to go. 100K more. Two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. We're in Kimhae now. Not much longer until Busan, hopefully. We did a stupid thing of not getting water in a previous stop because we've been hurrying. Not fueling a tank before a long ride is a stupid decision. Thankfully, out of nowhere, we found a cute little restaurant by the river, so we stopped by for a quick lunch. Wow. So this is freshwater fish. Being freshwater fish, you want to put a little bit of green Sichuan peppercorn. In Korean, we call it sanchokgaru. And then you want to sprinkle it over and then pour the sauce over and mix it together and eat it. Holy smokes. It's run by two sisters, and there's a photo of them when they were kids in front of the bridge, and it's so adorable.
It has the view to the old bridge we just passed.
Wow. So it's using the bones here, and then also sujebi, which is hand-pulled Korean pasta. Smells so good. Wait, the broth of this like really weirdly reminds me of tom yum soup. I think maybe it's because of the Sichuan peppercorn, the green Sichuan peppercorn smell. This is food I've never tried before, and it's simply just my favorite. I think this is actually my favorite meal so far. Completely different from anything else I've tried before. It kind of tastes like Thai food to me, like especially the soup, the meontang. Like the boiled peanuts as appetizer. Speechless. At an absolute loss of words. There's a master Michelin chef hidden in Samlyangjin. Like, the best meal so far. Like, I don't even eat freshwater fish. Oh god, I'm dying. Kevin, I think my lungs are dying on me because I was so dehydrated earlier. There's truly nothing like a great meal, and gaslighting Kevin, it's his fault we didn't stop by for water before, even though I asked to power me all the way to Busan. The river here is smelling more and more like the ocean. There's like a salty breeze to it. We're getting closer to the ocean, finally. 괜찮아. 안녕. 안녕. What a beautiful ride. Now here it's starting to look like the Gold Coast. As soon as we started getting closer to Busan, there were so many more people walking and exercising outside, which we hadn't really seen much outside of Seoul. 자전거 도로입니다! I just don't want these people to get hurt. Even though there's technically a pedestrian path and a bike path, the whole concept of a bike-only lane isn't that strongly enforced here in Korea yet, so you still have to be careful. No freaking way! The ocean! The freaking ocean! We are so in Busan, baby. We were rushing to get to our final checkpoint before the sunset, and finally, after 7 days of biking, it's gonna be our last bridge until we end our trip from Seoul to Busan. Whoa! If I can do it, you can do it! That's gonna be my presidential slogan. We fucking did it! That's it, kids. Good night.